What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be doing a quick overview of my race go-kart. This has a Predator 212cc, 6.5 horsepower, non-Hemi. It has the performance mods such as a performance header, intake, and a drilled jet. I wrapped the header just for looks, really. Nothing really, no really big purpose to it. I just put some red fuel on just to add some style, no purpose. I just installed this torque converter not too long ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. I haven't really been able to test it because it's been snowing. So yeah, pretty nice race cart. I have some headlights on it. I do plan on hooking them up, but I'm just trying to find something for the battery and the wires to go in. Probably gonna put it right back here, right behind the steering hoop. Yeah, it's pretty decent. Before I put the torque converter on, I was running a 66 tooth sprocket, and let me grab that. Here's a half of that. I changed it out mainly because the torque converter, it brought down the top speed a lot with this 66 tooth. The plastic pods that go on it, that go on the race cart over here, because I took them off because I just didn't think it looked good. I think it looks a lot better without them. So I'm gonna start this thing up for you. I got the performance mods from Go Power Sports, good company. Highly recommend them. This exhaust sounds really good, so I'm gonna start it up for you guys. One other thing, I do have the governor removed. As you can see, I have a spring going to the external governor arm. I actually do have an engine in my work area that I just removed the governor off of. I was trying to make a video of that, but it just didn't work out because I ripped the gasket and it was terrible. If I had a gasket on standby, I would have definitely been able to make a video on it, but maybe next time. So yeah, I'm gonna start this up, and it usually takes about 4 pulls for mine, ever since I removed the governor. So let's give this a go. I haven't started it in a while, so let's see if it even starts, because it is pretty cold out too, and I haven't ran it in a few weeks. So let's find out. Okay guys, so that was my go-kart, and I thought, why I have the video going, I'm going to show you my engine for an upcoming project. Still waiting for it to ship. I'm getting in a Azusa mini bike kit. I haven't really heard anything bad about them, but I also haven't heard anything good. There's just not a whole lot of videos out there on them, so I thought I'd be one of the few to make a build series on it and everything, just show you how to put it together and give you my thoughts on it. So I'll make a video on that once that comes in. But this is the engine I'm putting on it. It again is a Predator 212 non-Hemi. I just got done taking out the governor yesterday, but like I said, I couldn't make a video on it. I tried, but I ripped the gasket. And I just didn't want that going on YouTube because I wasn't able to finish it because I wasn't able to put everything back together without a gasket. So I'm going to try and explain what I did, and hope you guys get how to do it at least. And then coming down the road when I have to get another one of these, I'll definitely do a video on removing the governor. So let me explain to you guys how to do that. Okay, so to begin, you want to take the gas tank off. There are studs right there that go into these holes, and it's 2 nuts, and there's one right in the back that goes right about in that area, and it's a bolt. And once you do that, the gas tank should lift off. If you want, you can take the fuel line off. I don't really see a purpose on doing that. It's just more of a hassle. This is a brand new engine, has never been ran, no fuel ever been in the tank. So here's what you're going to want to do to remove the governor. The external governor arm is right here. That goes to the carburetor throttle linkage. And you're going to want to remove that nut right there. Now most people just loosen it. I find it easier to take it out. So you can want to take that out, and then the end of the bolt is square, as you can see, and you want to make that go vertical, I'm sorry, when you put it back, because it's notched in the governor arm so the bolt doesn't spin. And then you lift off the external governor arm from the internal governor arm, and you take that pin out, and by doing so you'll allow the internal governor arm to pivot, and you can move it out of the way to get to the governor wheel, and I'll show you guys that in a second on the inside. Once you do that, you just got to remember to put the parts where they go when you're putting it back together. So I'll show you the inside on where the governor wheel went, and I'll explain what you have to do, and hope you guys get the idea. Okay, so once you have the side cover off, here's what you'll be looking at inside the engine. There's the low oil sensor. Most people remove that. I don't really feel a need to do that. But if you look in the top left hand corner, you'll see this little governor arm, and that's what's connected to here. That's what you move out of the way. And in that little crater right there is where the governor wheel sits, and I'll grab the old governor wheel for you for a second. And what it is there's a little, most people call it a button, and that's what pushes this governor arm back and brings the engine back to idle. What you do is you take that off, and there's a washer behind it, so make sure you don't drop the washer into the thing and forget it. And then once you take that off, there's like a little C-clip basically, and it's completely round, and you have to get in there with a screwdriver and try and just bend it out. It's not that hard if you just focus on it and take your time. Don't lose your cool if you don't get it. Mine on this one and my go-kart took maybe 45 minutes to get that clip out. Yours might take 10, yours might take an hour, so it all really depends on just your tools you have. I had a really thin down screwdriver, but anyways, once you remove that clip, the governor wheel will pull out. Some are black, some are white. I don't know if there's a difference other than the color, but once you take that out, there's a washer behind the governor wheel, and you have to take that out. That's a pain in the butt to take out because it's suspended in the oil. You can, on my go-kart, what I did was I put the engine at the end of the table, and I rocked it and had the washer come off the end of the shaft. But on this one, it wasn't that case. I had to get a screwdriver, dig it under there, and bend the washer so I could grab needle nose and grab the end of it. It was a little bit harder, but it wasn't impossible. You just gotta be careful taking doing that way, because right behind there where the governor wheel went is really thin, and you can pop a hole in it, I've heard. So just go easy. So let me show you the governor wheel and what that little C-clip looks like. So unfortunately I couldn't find the C-clip, but here's what the governor wheel looks like. It has those little weights in there that, like I said, push that quote-unquote button that pushes the engine back, and it sits on that shaft. Right behind that little arm there's a shaft, and that sits on there with the C-clip around that shaft. And then once you take that out, I'll show you what you have to do next. Okay guys, sorry about the background noise. I'm in my basement and there's a lot of stuff down here that makes a lot of noise. So once you have your side cover back on, I forgot to mention, when you're done taking the governor wheel out, that internal governor arm, you're going to want to push back to where how it was just pushed onto the shaft. Doesn't have to be hard. And then you just do everything with this governor arm in reverse. Put that pin back in, it's notched, it's not a hole. And then you just put this governor arm over it and then tighten this nut. It doesn't have to be crazy, but make sure it won't come undone. So what you have to do next is their external governor arm has a lot of holes in it. Just pick a hole and run a spring from one of those holes down to the ground switch for the on-off switch, and then make sure the spring has enough tension to pull the governor arm back like that, because if it doesn't, when you start your engine and hit the gas, it'll go wide open and it will not return. I had a spring that I thought would have enough tension, but it didn't have any on that governor arm. So get a spring that has a decent amount of tension, but not too much where you have to fight the spring to hit the gas. And then after that, you successfully remove the governor and just put everything back. Bolt the gas tank on, bolt the air box back on if you took yours off. I had to take the lines off and everything, and I just thought to get to that bolt it'd be a lot easier. The bolt for the gas tank, it was a lot easier. I could turn the wrench a lot more. So yeah, like I said, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail with this one. If I ever have to remove the governor on an engine again, which I probably will in upcoming projects, I'll definitely go into more detail and I'll show you a how-to video. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Subscribe if you like the video, comment, and find me on Garage Amino at Go Karts, Mini Bikes, and more. Thanks for watching, guys.